Hi everybody, it's Stacy Tucker. How are you? Today is Friday the 13th of November 2020, and I wanted to check in and say hi. I have been offline for about 10 days because I've just been in the toilet. So, as everyone has been. Which is to be expected this time of year with all of the craziness that's going on. And so I've emerged and feel really good about life and wanted to see how you are doing, how you are feeling about life. A lot is going on that I won't comment on right now, but I do want to just talk about the 13th, the number 13, Friday the 13th. And I wrote a blog post earlier today about taking back the number 13 because, we all know we're all raised with the superstition of Friday the 13th. And, it's one of those things, and it's a very small thing, yet it's important that, it's one of those small things where we've been cultured into believing having a belief about something that's one way, and everybody just accepts it, right? Everybody just accepts, oh, Friday the 13th, scary, and superstition and bad luck and all of that. And I've always, what's really been a passion of mine is digging into the historical narrative and seeing, what are we being cultured and conditioned to believe that just simply aren't true. And if we're being cultured and conditioned to believe things that aren't true, then why, right? And so that's always been my my drive, and that was the reason why I wrote my books. And a lot of history has been written by those that one and two wanted the narrative to go in a certain direction to the detriment of humans, to the detriment of humanity, right? The spirit of the human, our lives and our freedoms, and freedom has really been on the forefront right now of what's going on in our country and what's going on in the world. And so the 13th is just a really small part, but today is the 13th. So I thought I would just hop on and do my part on this small part. And one thing that I wanted to talk about as I tie in history, which I had done with my books, I tie in the history of the world and the history of the United States with the concept of the return of the divine feminine. And the number 13 has always, well, not always, but in ancient cultures, especially the Celtic and the Norse cultures, the number 13 was associated with the goddess Freya. In the Norse culture, Friday, Freya, her number was 13. And so a lot of these so-called superstitions and just ways of doing certain things in our culture that no one's ever really questioned, they have validity in the past, in the ancient past, but for a completely different meaning, right? There's so much of the United States, the Capitol, the architecture in Washington, D.C., revolved around the number 13, the Great Seal of the United States. If I will just read from my blog post today, the Great Seal of the United States had 13 stars, 13 arrows, 13 berries, 13 stripes, and 13 leaves, as well as two 13-letter phrases. I mean, do you think that they were scared of the number 13, or there was maybe something to it, right? And so part of it is, yes, superstition that we've been cultured with, but the other part is not even giving any validity to the fact that a number would have any power at all, right? I mean, how many of us just disregard it? But there are ways to bring that back into your life. There are ways to maybe honor ancestors and ancient cultures and ancient power that you had lifetimes ago, millennia ago, right? All of that, all of the ancient truths are coming out, coming back to life now. And it's very exciting. It's just such an exciting time to be on the planet right now. And I will read you also one more piece from my blog post because I'm a better writer than I am on camera. So I want to make sure that I get this right because this is from Kaylin Castell, and it says 13 was often associated with the female cycles of the body and the cycles of the moon. 13 also represents the return of the divine feminine, including the mysteries of the Grail and my beloved Sophia, the embodiment of the Christed feminine. And it contains codes of ascension, oneness, and unity that transforms all things. It is only divisible by itself, representing purity. 13 is incorruptible and exists within its own integrity. That's from Kaylin Castell. And I'll put a link to another article about all of this in the description below because she is amazing. So I'm going to link that below. But I really just want to draw your attention to the fact that there are parts of our culture and parts of our lives that we've just accepted as normal, as truths, as the way things have always been. And all of that is changing now. And we are hurtling toward unity consciousness in our collective, on our earth. The vibration of the earth is rising and we've got to rise with it. And that means stepping toward unity consciousness where no person on the planet, no other being on this planet is left out of unity consciousness, no matter what you think of them or your beliefs about them. Everyone is included in unity consciousness. And it's an invitation to look at the world a new way, look at your life a new way, and looking at the number 13 a new way. So it's all about beliefs and our perceptions about what we think the world is supposed to be. And the thing about beliefs is if you dig deep enough and you're open enough to allow for curiosity about a different point of view and a different perception of what you think the world is about, then beautiful truths will emerge if you are open to being flexible about the beliefs that you've always held about what the world truly is. So I wish you an amazing Friday the 13th and an amazing weekend. And I wish you a lot of love and sunshine. I have been celebrating all day. I've been dancing around my living room like a maniac, just feeling so good about life right now and feeling really free. Even in our world of tighter and tighter constraints, which I promise you will end at some point soon. Even in this world of tighter constraints, I still feel free. And I just want to share a little bit of that freedom with you. So have an amazing 13th, and I will be back soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.